I feel like I should break out into a Tom Jones. You know, it's not unusual to be loved by anyone. Right, carry on.
MasterChef Australia judges George Kalambaris, Matt Preston and Gary Megan are all in South Africa together for the first time. The trio are in the country for a series of meet and greets.
It's probably the first time this year where I'm actually having a holiday, a proper long holiday.
Megan, who has visited before, shared some of his favourite delicacies and what he's looking forward to this time around.
Well, I think obviously there's all the cliches. You know, there's the Koch sisters and, you know, the bunny chows and all the rest of it. But I think what's happened in South Africa is exactly the same as what's happened in Australia, what's happened in the US. The fascination with food, the global trends that are driving it. I mean, you go to restaurants now, we've all got much higher expectations. Food is beautiful, you know, it's complex, it's interesting. It reflects its place, you know, so you can eat in two cities and hopefully eat different food, and I've been mightily impressed. I mean, I went down to Cape Town for 3 days, ate myself stupid, drank myself stupid, and then I've come up to Joburg, and even in the very small amount of time, I mean, we've eaten at Marble, we're hoping to try and get to Russell Armstrong's place.
After 8 years of filming the hit cooking show, Preston explains why the group has made a pact to never quit the show unless one of them decides to leave.
There's no way we would have stayed. I don't think the show would have survived as long if we hadn't, the three of us hadn't been picked to do the show together. Like, I auditioned with Gary, and when I turned up, Gary was wearing exactly the same pinstripe suit I was going to make for the audition. So I just left the dodgy old corduroy jacket and scarf on, and that became my look, and Gary got lumbered with having to wear the suit and the check shirt. So I'm like, yes, late pays off again. It's a very peculiar thing, television. It's incredibly boring. If you can't laugh, it can be awful. If you don't have people who you've known long enough, I've known them for 10 years prior to the show. They've known each other for 16, 17 years prior to the show. So there's nowhere to hide. If any of us get airs and graces, it's very much like, come on, pull it back together. So and we have this weird thing. We noticed when we came in, we have to sit in a certain order. And when we fly, we tend to find ourselves lining up in the seat in a certain order. And if I say Gary's injured, we'll leave the space for Gary. We won't move up to fill the space. We'll leave that gap there because it feels weird to sit in his space. So yeah, I think we talked about it being the triangle or the Three Musketeers. I think that's the so doing it without George or Gary would be weird.
The latest season of the popular cooking show will return to South African television in December. Nawal Khwaza, Eyewitness News.